Okay, this is our final part 4 of this year's Creations for Charity 24-hour live stream. Boone, can we do it?
We just have to believe again until it's over.
And with a slight delay, we have Boone. Okay, good stuff. So yeah, this is, I'll start the clock back up. Got just about 3 hours left here. I'm feeling pretty good, actually. I think I've definitely gotten my second win now. There was a point about like 6 hours left where I was not doing so well, but I'm better now.
We are bouncing back into action, brick into briction, making some friction with the ABS.
Boone,
Oh,
like,
that's the Taj Mahal set. Oh my, that's huge. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna try to. I think I can finish the Taj Mahal here. It's gonna be close, but I think I can do it.
You can do it. You can do it. You can finish the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, that's a lot bigger than I thought it would be.
It's massive. I like sort of the base part of the Taj Mahal with the 6 of the 16 by 32s. It kind of looks like it could be like a cake, like a birthday cake. You just closed it off, didn't make it any bigger.
Excuse me.
I have no clue where I'm gonna put this once I'm done.
Dude, it's like above. It's like in a kind of like a corner of our studio right now because I don't have like a whole lot of space.
I'm gonna need to build a shelf.
It's like that. It's like what everybody says about the UCS Millennium Falcon, the new one. It's like you just gotta have like a whole massive area dedicated to just that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I have a question. I have to go right now, but I have like a question about the fairground mixer. I've had that thing over a year, and when I built it, it doesn't spin, the actual mixer. It doesn't like spin really, and everything's working. I don't know if it's the power functions I'm using or if the pieces got weared out. Does anyone have any advice about it?
I'm not familiar with this.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't built that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because like I think it could be maybe the white gear that's used to actually like spin the fairground mixer. It looks a bit. It's like a really thick gear, so I think that could be worn
Is
down.
there like a weird noise when you do it?
Yeah, it does. It's like a vin 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 like that.
That might just be the motor, but I mean, like, is there anything else?
It just doesn't spin. It's kind of like shaking. That's all it does.
Maybe like you put the gears off by like one brick and they aren't actually touching.
Okay, because like everything's spinning, but the actual like mixer isn't.
You have to open it up and make sure the gears are touching or whatever.
Okay.
That would have been my guess. That there's like a bushing like on the wrong side of a gear somewhere or something like that.
Okay.
It's too tight.
Thanks, Parker and Boone. I gotta go right now. I have to do some videos and stuff. So I'll see you guys.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Yep.
And
Hey, thank
everyone,
you.
be sure to donate and be sure to donate to this good cause. Buy a Beyond the Brick t-shirt and support this for people who are less unfortunate than people who can buy Lego, because you are helping out on a great cause.
Exactly right.
And I'll be sure to give a donation later today.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Peace.
Bye.
Bye, Robbie.
Everyone.
All right.
That guy is paying attention.
Yeah.
So, Boone, I see you're building with 2 hands.
Yeah, we've gone over this, so I can my brain can't keep track of who was here when.
No,
I decided that after tackling the 2 slices of tropical pizza, I was gonna start doing this again.
I will
You
I will
beat
make
the
a
tropical
ridiculous
pizza
donation
challenge, and that was
if,
enough.
Boone eats the rest of that pizza.
I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear that. There's a glitch over here.
I'm sure.
Anybody working on anything that we haven't discussed yet?
I made a little ornament. It's a small, tiny thing. I'll show it here.
Yeah, let's see it.
It's right here.
That's cool.
Yeah. It took me like 15 minutes to make it. So tiny.
I just joined the live stream.
Who's this?
This is Caleb from Oregon. I'm known as Viacron via Designs Online.
Hey, Caleb.
Howdy.
Good to have you with us.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Just
I'm going to start.
Just a reminder to everyone in the live stream here, check the link for check the description for links to the BrickLink store for Creations for Charity, where you can buy all sorts of awesome creations until the end of November. So lots of cool stuff still to buy there. You can also get cool Beyond the Brick t-shirts to support the charity. And you can also make donations through PayPal. And here's a fun challenge to help raise more money. So my brother wanted me to do this. You know, we have the Yellow Castle back here, and in honor of that, if anyone donates $50 before the end of the live stream, I'll wear this chainmail for the last half an hour of the live stream. So $50 donation, and I'll put on the chainmail for a half an hour. So that's a challenge to anyone if anyone donates $50.
I feel like when you're building, your hand is just gonna collapse and destroy everything.
You have the Yellow Castle built?
I have built it, but it currently is not built. It's torn down right now because I didn't want to set it out and get it all dusty. So, yeah, it's packaged up right now.
Because if it was built, somebody would probably donate to have you destroy it.
Probably.
Which might be better that it's already destroyed.
Yeah, well, you leave old bricks out for a long time, they'll get dang dusty, that's for sure.
Yeah, the dust is crazy.
Yeah, this is one of the only sets that's actually survived from my childhood, and I've shown it off maybe once or twice before on the streams. But like this, oh man, this is his microphone. But hold on, I'll just break off a tile from this to give you guys an idea of what a set that was built back in 1989. And then I think it was taken apart and put back together several times. This is the top of a black brick. This is the black brick on the side, and this is the top of the brick.
That's crazy.
That's like
it looks dark gray now.
I never answered the question what my all-time favorite set was, and that's it. Black Sea's Barracuda.
Yeah, Black Sea's Barracuda. This is to me when I was a kid growing up. I was like, this is Lego. Like, there was no other set that I. Oh, this is funny actually.
I have mine sitting on my desk at work. I actually pulled it out of a box. I made a couple videos documenting the process of like finding all the pieces again, and like my folks sent me some old boxes.
This is a 1x2 where one of them was covered with a brick and the other one wasn't.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That makes for a cool blend though.
Yeah,
That's some more pie.
Oh my god.
You guys were fortunate to have such awesome sets when you were children. When I came into prime Lego building age, such legendary lines as Jack Stone were the main. So I'm not so lucky with the sets that I had growing up.
Yeah, we got pretty lucky. Like, I started building with my brothers because some family friends of ours with kids like stopped playing with their Legos, and so they're just like, here's a couple of boxes of parts. So we were really little, and in the boxes of parts were all the pieces to make that pirate ship. So we rebuilt it back up, and yeah. I wasn't even aware of the concept of sets until I was like a few years older. Like I'd been playing with Legos for I don't know, a few years, and we had all these fun creations and we just destroy them and build up. I was always trying to build mechs for Mech Warrior and stuff, and then my friend got a bunch of Rock Raider sets, and I was looking at it. Oh wait, those are Lego sets. Oh wait, these other things were actually from other sets. Like you could actually make sets. I just thought that they had random pirate pieces and random space pieces, and they're just like, just make whatever. I didn't even know. Then again, I was like,
Can we have like a conversation on the correct use of the word Lego?
you know what? I have no shame in saying Legos. I have no shame in it. I grew up saying it. I know it's incorrect.
I say Legos too.
As long as you embrace it wholeheartedly.
It's the natural way your mind thinks about it when you first are introduced to the concept of a Lego brick, and so when you're young and that's just how you say it, and then that's how you say it for like 10 years straight, and then people say, by the way, that was wrong. You say, okay, fine, I'm gonna be wrong.
I have a
Tell how
story
old
about
my-
Legos.
What's that, Boone?
Yeah, it's just a quick anecdote. I can tell how old my storage boxes are. Yes.
What?
Sorry, I cut out a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. I was just saying, storage boxes. I can tell how old they are, how long I've had them, based on whether it's my handwriting in Sharpie, in O or S.
Yeah.
Before I go for a moment, I actually have a question for Jack from Brick Vault. What's your most favorite? What is, out of all the mods that you guys have made on the Brick Vault channel, what was your most favorite one?
Out of the mocks that we've made, I mean, there's lots of fun mocks that have been designed by a bunch of talented people that I would say designed by other people. I would say the Red Fox is one of the ones. I think that's a Felix Jensch. I don't know if I'm saying his last name correct. I think he's a German builder. It's a beautiful, actually, it's right back here. Super difficult to make. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So difficult. In terms of just dexterity.
Is that from Langston?
It is, yeah. But Felix Jensch makes like amazing animal creations.
That's really cool.
Beautiful.
This was so the head. I mean, I think in the video you can see. I kind of sped it up because I was taking so long to build the head, but I just kept on smashing it and destroying it, not on purpose, but just the dexterity required. This has legit instructions, but even with instructions made out for it and everything, the balancing and all the weird little pieces that need to connect at the right point were really difficult. But in general, this thing is just awesome. It's really like I love this build.
It seems very complicated. Like there's bricks facing every direction.
The head is the tough part. Getting the base of the body was a little bit also tough, but I don't know. It's just so unique and it's just so different from everything else in the studio that I don't know. It has like a soft spot in my heart out of any of the mocks that we've built. So yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
Mock that we have. Just because it's kind of so unique and different and really tough. You have that sort of sense of accomplishment when you've put together something that was just super difficult.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I always look forward to in my mocks. I try to put as much detail into it and focus on most of my mocks, I do try not to make it as difficult, especially for if it was a set. Like when I'm doing my mocks, I think of it as I'm making a set that could be produced for people to actually use, or in regards to the build, depending on the age range of it.
Mhm.
So like my most recent, like I said, was Scarif, but not besides Scarif, like with the Ninjago Alley mock that I submitted, the playability feature is more so as not it's less playability, but more so in regards to display purposes. So for Ninjago fans, whether it's in the T-fold range or the A-fold range, it's great for display, but in regards to playability, it's not well with playability, more so for display, especially with the techniques and stuff that are used in it, like the snot technique for the cement and the walling and stuff like that.
Yeah, I see. I see what you're saying. Where it's like you want it when you're designing something, you try to keep in mind sort of how to create something as accessible to somebody else that might be building it. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that was something I just built. This guy's TIE fighter mock by this builder Garrett, and
Yeah, I
it
saw
was
that
it was
video.
amazing. But I could tell that he put it together in a way where there's a certain level of just like really good builder where you can make something look amazing, but also just
fairly
it comes
simple.
together. Yeah, it comes together in a really like sort of easy, almost like it flows together well.
Yeah.
Since we were talking about Legos a minute ago, I just remembered about a story about Legos. On our old website, we used the word Legos somewhere, and then like the next month later, we got an email from Lego. And at first we were excited. We thought, oh, Lego emailed us, maybe they want a partner or something like that. And then it starts off, hey, I'm blank from the Lego legal. And they wanted us to take Legos off our website.
Yeah, they
We
did.
didn't
Yeah.
know about the term back then 3 years ago.
I hate words like that, like fish. It's fishes, but it's pronounced fish, the plural version. It's ugh. And then I'm also used to saying Legos like you, but it's Lego.
I went to an aquarium once, and actually in the tour guide was new, the tour guide person, and they kept saying, oh, this is a very rare species of fishes.
These fishes are my favorite.
Off the palm too, it looked like really bad. They're like, this is the octopus.
If you really want to have some fun, go to like a video and start commenting how to say Lego correctly, and so many people hate on you.
Yeah. I mean, I've already gotten over it at this point. It's like, yeah. I mean, it's technically correct. Yeah, you say Lego, but it's just such a. I mean, so many young kids that get into Lego. It's just the logical way your brain wraps around it when you first hear about it. So it's just weird that you have to be told. Like everybody has to be told to not say it that way. It's like the correct way is not the way that everybody like when you first encounter it. That's just the way you say it.
But if you do think about it, you don't say like, oh, look at all my apples. You say Apple products.
That would look at all my apples.
I disagree with that one.
I don't know if I've ever heard the sentence, look at all of my apples, but yeah.
I remember there was this one time on Facebook, actually it's happened a couple times. I wouldn't do it anymore, but like if a friend of mine who is a mother is just making a comment on Facebook about their child playing with Legos, and I would just like tongue-in-cheek say, it's Lego, but I've actually had like mothers say to me like, there's no way that's right. like I don't believe you. I don't believe that it could possibly be Lego plural.
Do you know what my job is?
Don't give up the fight, Boone.
Hello.
Hello.
Wow.
So, Caleb, what are you working on there?
I just started from scratch. I'm trying to build a Spitfire from the Battle of Britain, World War II.
Oh yeah, were you watching when Martin Harris was on last night?
I might have seen a little bit of that, but I don't remember what he was building.
He was building the Messerschmitt F-24.
Oh, cool. I'll have to go watch
He's big
that over.
into. He does a lot of like World War II builds.
Was he building at minifigure scale?
He was building a Brickmania kit.
Oh, okay,
The
cool.
V2 Brickmania.
Nice.
Hey, any advice on
Brickmania
building
is so
micro
expensive.
scale World War II aircraft?
Sold another shirt.
Yeah, I just use Brickmania as a reference and then build my own. Like,
There are a lot
This
of
is
people
my-
like asking to do Brickmania instructions, trades, and I'm like, no.
like this is my custom Sherman.
Nice.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, does anybody think that the ASPCA for Star Wars version of that will be after Chewbacca first order beast?
Joey, I think you held up one of your builds briefly earlier. What can you show some of the work you've done?
This. I just kind of broke it a little bit. Are you talking about this one though?
Yeah, what is that?
It's an MP5 SD.
Sweet.
Have you done a lot of gun builds like that over the years, or are you?
Yeah, I have. This was probably one of my best ones though. I just ordered a lot of pieces on Bricklink, and that really helped me out a lot. And I also have this right here. Oh, a piece just fell off. Okay, hold on. But yeah, I've done a lot of brick builds over the year, gun builds over the years, and I know a lot of other people who do gun builds too.
You ever see Zazi Nambis?
Yeah, I know who he is.
That guy's amazing.
Yeah, he builds a lot of chrome stuff.
Joey, do you
Yeah.
do you do things like working bolt action and stuff like that?
I do. On my MP5 SD, the rubber band just snapped right now, so it's not working on that one. But here,
Okay.
like you can stuff like that, and the trigger also works. But I just took out that too because I had to take out the handle completely to make it more sturdy.
Do you use only official Lego rubber bands, or do you sometimes use your own rubber bands?
On rubber band, it's
Okay.
not 100% Lego. Yeah.
Nah,
Hey,
I'm
does
okay with that.
anybody know what happened to me, Ash?
I use orthodontic rubber bands because
Oh, yeah.
they're really tight. And I use them a lot on minifigs, like especially like airborne minifigs. I can put them around the legs to strap in bayonets, like 1x1 tiles to do something else. Actually, I think I should have an airborne figure in here somewhere. But that's what I use because they're clear and they're tight, so it's like you know it's there, but unless you're like looking for it, you can't see it.
Yeah.
And they keep stuff attached. I think the gun I painted earlier finally finished drying. So let me see if I can get this. Oh yeah, that looks really good.
I actually have a YouTube channel and some of my gun builds too.
What's the
I don't
name
know
of
how
it?
well you guys can see that, but this is
It's Joey Florent. It's not very big. It's only 115 subscribers.
I'll check it out.
Do you guys mind if I tell a little story?
yeah.
Sure.
Go ahead.
So I've never really been into I've never been super into military builds, but I kind of have like my first desire to do one this year, and it was a plane called the Martin Mars, and a handful of them were built for the Navy during World War II, and they're seaplanes, and A few of them are still in use today, and all the ones that are still in use are Canadian firefighting planes. So they can land on water, take up water, and then go fight the fires. Well, around the end of the summer here in Oregon, actually all through Oregon, there were like wildfires were going crazy, and we were sitting outside in our backyard, and I see these planes, just these big, beautiful planes flying over our neighborhood, and it's like, you know, it looks like I don't know if you guys remember like the show Tailspin, or if you know what seaplanes look like. They're just these three giant seaplanes painted red and white, and they just fly by and they make such an awesome noise. So I actually called the airport in Troutdale to figure out what these planes were. And I got a message back a few days later from like one of the directors of the Troutdale Airport here. And he told me that he left me a message, and he said that they were firefighters. The planes were commissioned by the state of Oregon to fight fires in central and southern Oregon, which is several hours away from here. But they had to fly into Troutdale every night so that the pilots could get a hotel room, because it was the weekend of the solar eclipse, and all of the hotel rooms in central and southern Oregon were booked out. So those pilots, those firefighting pilots, had to fly to my town every night just to have a place to sleep. And I think it's a cool story. Now I'm trying to build one of those planes. That's all. Thank you for listening.
Does anyone know where you can find that lost final episode, or could actually?
For the firefighters, they could find maybe a few hotel rooms so that they didn't have to fly away from.
Dude, you were not here during the eclipse, man.
I guess not, but
it was nuts.
Here's the guys trying to like save our house, but no, we want to see the eclipse.
I live in Washington, so I had like a 95% eclipse. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was certainly an experience.
You might get one more, but some of us won't.
Imagine in the old age is like where people when they had full eclipses and they had no idea what was going on.
Well, that too, they probably didn't have those little glasses to wear either to protect your eyes. They just be staring at the blinding sunshine.
Yeah.
Because that seems really, really smart.
Does Ozzy Nami's ever go to any conventions?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's not very like he's only really social on his YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Well, he's like he breaks most of his stuff down, almost all of it. He just builds and then breaks it, and then builds and breaks it.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't have that many pieces.
For any of you guys that weren't on the stream last night, I built the winter train station.
That you and I have talked a lot about the bus, but what did you think overall?
I think it's nice. The only issue that I have with the building is because it on the interior, right inside the doorway, like right in here, there's not room for any more than one minifig. So, because there's like it's at an angle. The doorway's at an angle. So you have 2, 4. You have a 2x3 grid of where a minifig could be standing. But I mean, other than that, it's fantastic.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. The bus makes it better.
Even though the kid can't sit down in the back.
Well, he can't stand in the back, but he's got short legs, so you just put him in one of the front seats, and he's fine. Just
Oh,
the
there you
back
go.
seat is raised up a plate.
I just love the look of that thing. Cool.
I like the Winter Village line because Lego always focuses on the police and the airplanes and the firefighters so much that having these unique ones are pretty refreshing, like a train station.
Yeah. I mean, all the well, this is the Winter Village set for this year. All the other Winter Village sets are pretty like unique to their thing. We have the cottage, the toy store, the bakery, the was the post office, carousel, Santa's workshop. I have every single one of them except for the Toy Shop remake because I had the original and didn't care. I think that was kind of a waste of a set though, revamping the older one. They could have put that to a much better use. Stuart never gave me a challenge. Joshua, I guess that's your job now. You didn't hear me.
We've got some people who want to join before we finish out the live stream. So anyone who's been in here for a number of hours or a while,
I was just about to say actually that I think I'm gonna log off.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, it was great having you join us. I appreciate you taking the time to chat here.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you guys reached out. And remember, everybody who's still watching the stream, if you haven't donated yet to the charity, I believe it is a very good cause. And hope you guys. I don't know if you have like a goal or anything, but I hope you guys reach it. And
as much from the Bricklink store as possible.
Yes, that is correct. All right, guys. Thanks for having me. It was cool hanging out with you guys.
Thanks a lot, man.
We'll run into you in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
Hello.
See y'all.
Catch you later.
All right.
So Joshua, it's your job now. You got to come up with a challenge for me for the last 5 minutes.
Hello.
We'll see what we can do.
What's up, guys?
Hello.
How's it going?
Hello, Noah.
Hey. Yeah, I saw some of the live stream earlier as it was starting, and then I had to leave, but very cool.
If there's one theme you would like Lego to make, what would it be?
Military.
Yeah, me too. I would agree, but I understand why they don't do it at the same time because Lego is more of a kid-friendly thing, you know.
That's one thing.
Oh yeah, and I know the reason. That's why brick art is a gift.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I
And
want.
that's why I own like $500 worth of brick art.
I'm more of a World War II builder than a city and Star Wars guy.
You're what?
I'm like a World War II builder, but I still do some Star Wars on my channel.
I'm modern.
Yeah, I do too.
Modern military.
Well,
I do
modern.
I do Vietnam as well. But
I do modern, but I prefer World War II more because it's like it's easier to research. Like I do a lot of World War II research on my own. So like this is a Sherman. I've showed this a few times now.
Does anybody remember how big World War One was when Battlefield 1 came out? Everybody was building World War 1.
Yeah.
World War 2
Battle
like
of Sinai Desert.
Oh my god.
There was
Shout out to
there's this
X39 Bit
Episode 30. Okay, guys, I built the railroad today, and yeah, and we're doing a giveaway of my tank
M24
grenade.
anti-tank grenade.
If you want to win the
Giveaway.
724 Titanic,
Like, comment,
all
and
you have to do
subscribe.
is help us reach 3 likes.
I like how he just finished it too.
I saw a video on this guy, and it was like a little kid, and one of his videos received a dislike, and so he made a video. He's like, "Okay, guys, I'm deleting my channel now. I received a dislike. See you later."
I just
Right
like
now-
the word dissing X39 Brick Customs.
Right now, I'm making the Battle of Hergen Forest.
Oh, here it is. Here's this guy. His YouTube name is World War II
You're
Creations. He
making the
makes
battle
this,
what?
makes this really cool
Battle
stuff.
of Hergen Forest.
Okay. Do you have any progress on it that I could see?
Sure, I can send the picture because my camera isn't working.
There was this hilarious comment on a PewDiePie video, and one of the comments was, "I've been depressed, and then one day I found your videos, and I finally made the push to kill myself."
I sent the picture on Hangouts.
Hey, Mike, it's good to have you with us. I didn't know if you'd be able to make it.
Hey, yeah, sorry I'm a bit late.
No, that's fine.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
If anybody would
No,
subscribe to my channel, I really want 230 subs. I'm at 226.
For people who've watched our past live streams in past years, you might remember Mike from some of the live builds he's done with some of the sets he's designed. So if you people who haven't seen your work in the past, if you want to give a quick introduction for who you are and what you've done.
Yeah, my name is Mike Psyche, and I'm a senior designer now at Lego. I've worked at Lego for 5 years, and I've worked primarily on the creator lines, and now I actually work exclusively on Creator Expert. And I helped out a little bit with ideas on the Apollo Saturn V, and then I do a little bit of dabbling here and there where I can. So I'm actually, I'm a Lego fan. That's my background. I never grew out of playing with Lego. My parents were always hoping that I would, but I never grew out of that. So,
I think that accounts for any Lego fan.
Well, you never know. Some people find it late in life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just kept on playing with it, and now I work at Lego, and now I get to do it for a job, which is pretty amazing. So
I wish I could do that, but I'm not old enough for a job, obviously.
well, one day you'll be old enough, right?
Yeah.
I want to work for Brickmania.
Hey, Mike.
Well, I can't do anything about that. Sorry.
I really want to be old enough to display at BrickCon Seattle.
You know what? I bet if you just hang in there and keep aging at the current rate, you're gonna get there. All right.
Is anybody going to?
That's some words of wisdom right there, Mike.
Is anybody going to Brick Fair, Virginia, 2018?
A for effort.
Yep. I am.
Of course, probably the whole Beyond the Brick crew is, because they go to every convention.
Mike,
I
what
want
is
you
your
guys
favorite
to
set
interview
that
me
you've worked on so far?
That has to be the Saturn V.
I just got.
Yeah,
my
the Saturn V is a really good set, and I
That was
liked how the curvature, of course, of the rocket and
My
the
Brick
parts usage in a whole.
My Brick-A-Cola machine from Eclipse Graphics just came today.
That's great.
Mike, this is
part
pretty
of
funny.
part of it was fun about that. I have a picture. I think I have a picture on my Twitter, which I know I haven't updated. I think in 5 years now, but I have a picture on there of myself as like I think I was 13 years old with a model of. In my mind, it was a Saturn V that I had built. When I look at the picture now, I can see all sorts of glaring inaccuracies. But when I was a kid, I imagined that that was the greatest Saturn V anyone had built. So it's actually really cool to now get to design a product of that. But also, the other thing that was really fun about the Saturn V is I got to design it together with Carl Miriam, who I think we've had him on the.
Yeah, he was on the live stream last year.
Yeah, was it last year that we built the Beetle?
It was, yeah.
Causing trouble. So the Saturn V, he and I actually got to do together. And that was just, it was so much fun working together on that model. So
Mike, is this one of yours?
Which one? Hang on. Which one are we talking about? Sorry, the video's cutting back and forth. Really fast. Oh, the Holiday Train Station. That one was made by a guy named John Ho. He started out working in Bionicle when he started at Lego in the reboot of Bionicle, and then he joined us in the creator expert team. I guess that was. I'm sorry, I'm terrible at keeping track of time. I guess that was more than a year ago now that he joined us. And that was one of the first sets that he did for us. So it's actually pretty interesting to go from a character building system of we call it construction sometimes. It's really interesting that he was able to transition so well from building with the construction stuff to then doing a really nice system model. So sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just going to mention some longtime viewers of Beyond the Brick might remember we did a live build of this Darth Vader right here with John that he designed that.
That's right. He did the original construction Darth Vader.
So for the Beyond the Brick crew, I have a question.
Yeah, what's
Does
that?
it ever get annoying? Does it ever get annoying having to fly to every convention? Every Lego convention?
We don't have to fly to any convention. That's the beauty of it. We can choose what shows we want to go to.
Oh my gosh. You went to
shows.
You were at BrickCon Seattle. I saw you there.
Yes, we were. That's right. Seattle's a great city, so I just enjoy flying out there. Even if it's not a Lego show, Seattle's just a fun city to visit.
There's a lot of cool stuff there.
Hey, Mike, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
How did you become a Lego designer? Did you go to one of the internship things, or were you like scoped out by Lego?
I'm not quite sure what you mean by an internship thing, but I went to a hiring workshop, which is what they were calling them at the time. That was it was essentially a 2-day interview where we had to do different types of exercises, which I can't really go into much detail on that because it's part of the secret. That's part of the magic. So it was a 2-day workshop, and they had us doing various exercises. I hope you could imagine that some of them would involve building with Lego.
Hopefully somewhere along the way. You hope so.
There was something there about Lego. I can't even remember what it was.
It wasn't just your winning personality?
No. No, I try to keep that hidden as best as I can.
Does only one person get the job or multiple?
So there's no set format to host one of those workshops as to how many people will be invited to the workshop and then how many people will be offered jobs at the end of the workshop. So the workshop that I took part in, I think there were maybe 25 or even 30 of us. I may be inflating these numbers, and I think now maybe 10 of those, 10 or maybe even more of those people now work at Lego. So, but then there's other workshops where it would be 30 people and they would only take 2. So it depends sometimes on what is the need, how many designers do we need, and then it also depends on quality of the talent that we see in the workshop. How many do we decide to take? So.
Interesting.
That's really cool info, Mike. Thanks.
A question I have actually is, when you guys were working on Saturn V, where did you guys, I guess, get the ground base idea of, we want to work on a Saturn V rocket set? Like, where did you guys start? Like, where did the idea just pop up in your head, or where did that start? I guess the idea flow.
So So the Saturn V is actually it's released under the Lego Ideas platform. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's
I didn't know it
actually
was there.
it was a fan submitted idea. We just took the idea that they had and made it work as a Lego set.
I just wanted to
So
say
sorry,
to
it
the group,
wasn't very exciting. It wasn't very exciting how we came up with it.
Make up a more exciting answer in the future.
I brought that picture of myself when I was 13 in work. I said, guys, look at this boy. Look at how happy he is. Look at how proud he is of what he's done. We gotta do that again.
And you also
Well,
have
good
this
idea.
horrible scar from a knife fight that you got in on your way to work that day, and so they felt really bad for you. And
yes. Well, it was tire tracks on my face because I'd fallen off my bike and then a car ran over me.
Yeah, and it's uphill both ways.
Figured out.
So we got
Hey,
a
Mike?
question in the chat. We're wondering when will Mike come visit his friend Kevin in Enfield?
Who is that from? I don't know
Kevin
anyone.
Hinkle.
I don't know anyone named Kevin. Whenever I'm invited, I'm coming.
And I think someone's phone keeps vibrating, maybe, so you can turn that off. I'm not sure what that. It wasn't you, Mike. I think somebody before you joined. I'm not sure whose
I
phone
keep
that
hearing
is.
it too.
Whoever's phone is sitting right on the same table as your computer, it's probably you.
All right, there we go.
Hey, Brick Built.
All right, so the issue of what's the best Lego Republic gunship, or
We did have one person hold up their favorite Republic gunship, which I know is always the question that you need answered.
yeah,
really?
I saw it, but I couldn't tell which one it was. Just by him holding it up.
The one right here, or
Which one is that? Oh yeah, that's a.
Because that's the 2013 one I was putting aside.
Yeah, that's the best one. Correct.
Oh, correct answer.
Correct. You did it.
Well, see, the reason why it is the best one is just because of the color coordination, and it's not too full as when it comes to, as when it comes to like the doors. Because the problem with the 2009 one was that the doors were just in the way, and then the stud surface was just a little too much, in my opinion.
Yes. Now I'm trying to think. Maybe the reason I liked the 2013 one best is because it's the only one I had. But I don't think that's possible.
How many have you made?
There's been three mini. Hang on, I gotta sit down. There's been 3 minifigure scale versions of the Republic gunship. But then there's also been Microfighter, maybe even 2 now. I don't know. I can't keep track. And then there was, if you count the dropship variant, then that's a 4th minifigure scale version. And then you have at least 1, if not 2, different mini scale versions. So I think 6, 7, if you count them all. It's nowhere close to the number of snow speeders, but still, for such a big vehicle, I think it's cool how many we've made.
As in terms of like in terms of gunships that are not sets, I would have to say there's one off of Kevin Hinkle just named it. It's the one from Ford Lego Redo. Anyways, that is the best one. So
the best set that is not a gunship.
Yeah, or the best Lego Star Wars gunship that's not a set. That's my point. So.
Like what?
Because there are people that have made their own custom instructions for a Lego gunship, or in general have made their own design. So.
All right, wait. Sorry, I'm lost now. Are we talking about a username? I thought you were saying that Fort Legoretto Oh, I thought you were saying that Fort Legoretto, the Lego set, is the best.
No.
That is
Not
what
Lego set. That is a gunship. It's like,
Evan
what?
just put that in the chat.
What are you talking about? That doesn't. I mean, it's a good set, but it's not a good gunship. It does have a cannon in it. That's weird.
Would people get the joke?
Mike, can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
I want to let you know that I'm talking to the original creator of the Saturn V rocket right now, and he sends his regards and says hi.
Oh, cool. To Felix?
Yep, Felix. Got him on the phone right here.
Cool. I'll say hi back. We got to, I think we ended up talking with Felix twice as we were about the two different kind of check-ins we had with him.
That's
as
pretty
we were
cool.
developing the model to show him our progress. So, yeah, it was fun. I'm really grateful for him coming up with the idea.
Yeah, I think we all are.
I have another question. How many sets are you working on at one given time?
Who says I'm working on any new sets? Who told you that? That depends on what we're doing. Is that a good answer? Sorry. It depends on the number that you're working on. That's how many.
I mean, that's an answer Kevin would be proud of.
Yeah. So here in the summer and in the fall, you could be working on 4 or 5 models at once. But then we kind of narrow down to our key focus areas. And then for me, working on I work on Creator Expert, like I said. All the products that we do in Expert are quite big. They're all well, maybe not all, but most of them have over 1,000 parts. You can't really do more than one at a time. Once you get into the really detailed development of the model, sometimes we do a little bit more than that, but really not much more than one of those at a time. But if it's a smaller set, like for 2017, I did some creator ones. That one of them was green dinosaur, and then there was another that is a seaplane that can be rebuilt into a house and a boat. And I did those 2 at the same time. So it's possible to do 2, maybe sometimes 3 at a time, but you would never be doing more than that all at once. Even though it may not be super complicated building wise to build 3 smaller sets as compared to 1 big set, all of the process that's involved to design a Lego set. So all of the different skills that you need to have, working with the building instructions people, working with people in our quality department, just working with all of the data that you have to keep track of, that doesn't change based on the size of the set. So you ultimately can only do so much at once. Record for the most Lego sets done in 1 year by one designer. I don't know the answer to that. I'll look it up. I'll get back to you next year.
That just means he can't tell us yet.
Because he wants to break it?
Yeah, because the record is for 2018. Wait, no. Okay, I honestly don't know.
So, did you have any hand in this the Taj Mahal set here?
I had no hand in it whatsoever. In terms of the, let's see, I think what to say here. In terms of the practicalities of what we had to do in order to relaunch that set, actually Jamie Berard did most of the heavy lifting on that one. But the original design of the model was done by a guy named Henrik Anderson. He actually I can't tell you what he's working on right now, but the most recent. Wait, can someone? This is the best way to do this. Can someone tell me what? No, that doesn't work.
No, the key is don't think. Just go ahead and blurt it out, and we'll figure it out.
Okay, the most recent set he's done is the Resistance bomber thing from The Force Awakens. Yeah, that's out, right? Now I don't know.
So
it's out.
when you design the sets,
I saw it in the top. The most recent thing he's done is Resistance bombers, but he did Taj Mahal. He did
And the Resistance bombers from The Last Jedi.
Yes, X-wing. He did the Tantive 4 blockade runner, the original one. He did the Red Baron, the Sopwith Camel. He's a legend at Lego. So you should have him come talk to you guys. It's way cooler.
So when you guys design the sets, are they all collaboration, or is it ever done by just one single person?
That depends. So I said that a lot, but it depends. We work in groups, in design groups. So the creator expert project, we're actually also paired with the architecture project. So we have a design team of 4 designers. And so we collaborate to an extent models in those 2 product lines, but then a specific designer would be assigned officially to each product. So on paper, there's someone that they are the official designer of this model, but then it'll be a team of anywhere from 3 people up to maybe 8 or 9 people, a design team of that size, where you'll be getting input from your peers, and maybe if you're stuck on something, they can show you a trick on how to build your way around the problem. All sorts of different ways that you get help here and there from our fellow designers. But it's mostly within the design team that you work on. So even though as a company we're a lot more designers than that, it's really only ever a few that you're getting direct input and feedback on the model that you're doing.
Oh, that's cool. The awkward moment of silence.
Mike is frozen.
Oh, I was on mute.
In the last 20 hours.
How long was
What?
I on mute? Oh.
I think I can hear you, Mike, but I think your video's frozen. But it's fine.
Beyond the Brook, I have a question for you.
Yeah, shoot.
What was your favorite mock at any Lego convention you've been to?
Anyone ever? That's a really hard question to answer because we've been to a lot of shows, so I don't think I can pick one favorite mock.
I think my favorite would be that Stalingrad mock that you just posted.
Oh yeah.
I know the guy that did that one.
And I also have the Lego set of Fort Legorado.
Well, that wins you a lot of bonus points because that is the best set ever made.
I know.
The best Republic.
You're just saying that. You're just saying that because Kevin said it.
No, Kevin and I have long agreed that's the best set ever made.
I think I lost some of the pieces because I've had it for 7 years now. But I think the only pieces I'm missing is the parrots and all the parrots are missing.
Kevin, how much are you paying Joshua to say it's the best Lego set ever?
Here's a good question for Mike. If you can still hear us.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. So your video's just stopped, but that's fine. Somebody in the chat wants to know how many different places are sets being designed. Are there places like groups in Connecticut and Enfield, other places in the U.S. or other places outside Denmark, or is it pretty much all in Billund?
It's all in one building in Billund. That's where everything is.
Does
And I'm not
anybody
going to
have
tell
a
you.
YouTube channel?
I'm not going to tell you which building because you'll go look in the windows. Not that you would see anything, but I'm sure there would be people that would try.
Not that you would see anything.
So when you were at BrickCon Seattle, did you see those really big castles there? They're super tall.
I did see those.
Did you interview them at all?
Yeah, several of those. Yeah, we haven't posted it yet, but those will be going up.
Okay, that's cool.
I have like a question for you, Beyond the Brick.
Yeah.
All right.
Like every week, you're like posting videos at Lego conventions. Are those like old or new?
We'll go to a show and shoot like 40 or 50 videos at once, and then we'll release those over the next month or two. So we shoot a whole bunch in like one weekend and then release those over a longer period of time.
That makes sense.
Yeah, like they're still uploading videos for Brick Fair, Virginia, and that was in August.
Yeah.
I don't think they've uploaded one from BrickCon yet, and that was when was that?
I hope you guys
September,
interview me
October?
at Brick Fair, Virginia, 2018.
Are you allowed to display there?
Yes, I'll be displaying.
Yeah, 2 years ago they took off the age restriction in Brick Fair, Virginia, because the creator of Brick Fair, Todd Webb, he actually had a typo, whatever, in the requirements online and ended up taking it out. So they had people of all ages, and it had such a much better turnout that they've just left it like that over the past few years.
Yeah, some kids can build really good stuff. I wouldn't judge by how old they are.
I'm a very good builder, but I still have like a couple more years until like I'm really good.
I'm gonna be
I really
building
wanna
large
do,
mocks for Brick World Chicago.
I really want to do snot techniques at the edges of my mock, but I don't know how.
Yeah, I really wish they would take away the age limits for BrickCon, because that's kind of the only convention I can go to, and I'd really want to display there.
I think the reason why they have an age limit is because they would like to talk to some more mature people. I'm just pointing that out there.
I think
that's
enough, but I think
it's not nothing against you guys. But
does anybody have any like Brickmania kits?
Yep. I have some in my office right here.
I have a few.
Mike, I just read a comment a comment basically, and it says, why are sets not designed in more than one location, or why are sets not conducted in more than one country to make sets more affordable on shipping?
Hold on, I'll be right back, guys.
I don't think I understand the question.
I guess basically what the person's asking is, why aren't the sets designed in more than just villains? And
well,
yeah,
because they were asking about shipping, and so the sets
that kind of confuses me.
The sets get produced all over the world, so we've got factories in a lot of different places. I cannot list them all. I should know the list, but I don't. You can ask Kevin; he can tell you that. But I think we have 4 or 5 different locations at least. One of the locations is here in Billund.
There's Mexico.
So, I know the list, but I don't. If we design a set here in Billund, we can just
Beyond the Brick.
send the list of parts to all the factories, and they can just start to put them into the boxes. So
Beyond the Brick. Beyond the Brick.
All right. Oh, Joshua, I wanted to show some of my Beyond the Brick swag that I have here.
Oh, I want one of those. I didn't even know those existed.
So, just wanted to show that I still have it. Yeah.
There you go.
Beyond the Brick minifigures.
Oh,
Very
I have a question. So what got you into the idea of interviewing people who build Legos at conventions?
It was one of those things that basically no one was doing it, and it was kind of open. I had seen all these builders go to these shows and display all their awesome stuff, and then they kind of tear it down, and that's it. Maybe they post some photos online, but that would be all. So there was definitely an open area there to bring more in-depth interviews with these builders and kind of get the behind-the-scenes look at why they do what they do, kind of what inspires them and everything. So that was kind of the main inspiration behind going to the shows and talking to the builders.
Yeah, that was a pretty interesting idea, and you kind of made a career off of it too.
Yeah, more than kinda.
I found my Beyond the Brick 2015 figure and my Kickstarter figure.
There you go. You got all the exclusive Beyond the Brick.
I still
Man, I
got
need a
my
figure.
brick that you sent me a couple years ago.
I only
The
have
printed window.
badge bricks.
I think I have the printed window.
Oh yeah, you probably. I think you do have some, Mike.
I know I have the 1x8 brick. And I think I have the window.
Why do you give out bricks if you are beyond the brick?
No one knows. So, Mike, where are you right now? Is this your house, or is this like your build area, or just a random? Can't say.
He's
It's
in the
meant-
build storage closet.
I'm in my garage.
Okay.
So, it's kind of it's like a workroom that's part of my garage. And the idea would be one day that it could be more for building, but honestly, when I want to build something, I just go do it at work. So I mainly use this as storage for the sets that I forget I should open. So, yeah, it's a nice little spot for now, but it's becoming a huge mess. So I need to organize it. But we'll get there one day.
Mike, I also have a question.
Yeah.
When you're at the office or at the headquarters there, do you guys ever talk about for example the third party products that, for example, Clonery Customs or Brickmania produces? Like, do you guys ever talk about them and are like, well, we don't like it that they're producing that type of stuff, and so on? Like, do you guys ever have conversations about that, or how is that?
Not.
He's muted right now.
Am I muted?
Oh, and now you're not.
I don't think we've never had conversations about not liking people make kind of stuff to add on to Lego. I think that's really cool, and it shows kind of the just the breadth of creativity that Lego can inspire. So not only can you be inspired to go out and build something with Lego bricks, but you can also be inspired to go and make whole new elements to add into the system. And I think there's something cool about that.
Yeah.
My personal, I'm personally very much like I don't like to say purist, because that doesn't, I don't know if that's really true anymore, but I feel like it's cheating to use things. Speaking from a Lego fan perspective, in my mind, when you use something that's not a Lego element, because it makes it too easy. What I love about Lego is that you have, when you decide you want to build something, you have like a puzzle to solve of, okay, how can I make this thing work with, I want to do it with Lego, which now means you have a super limited kind of palette to work from. Because if you're sculpting something out of clay, the challenge of sculpting something out of clay is not picking the right molecules of clay and combining them. It's your skill with the different tools that you can use to sculpt with in clay, and the way that you can use those tools. And for me, with Lego, it's the skill of being able to choose the right pieces and being able to combine pieces effectively to create the shapes that you want. But as soon as you just introduce every possible shape, then that skill is gone. So that's why I like to try to stick to only Lego elements. And you could say, well, that's subjective. You could say, I only use Lego elements and I only use brick arts, or I only use Lego elements and I only use brick mania. So it's really, I think it's really up to the individual person what they decide. But I hope we can agree that you cannot, well, we probably can't agree on that. But I really don't like it when people start to cut stuff up in just like,
oh, I hate that.
totally
Yeah.
new shapes.
Like cut the stickers.
Oh, that's a whole other thing.
Oh.
I don't mind cutting stickers so
Alright.
much, but when people start to use stickers to hold stuff together,
Oh, that, yeah. I
yeah.
I've never seen
Alright.
that before, where stickers are used to hold stuff together. But okay.
I think I gotta go right now.
All
Thanks for letting me get on. It was fun.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it was fun. Bye.
So, Mike,
Hey,
what, Boone?
oh, I just wanted to tell Mike I really appreciated his perspective on that. That's really cool to hear. Just like,
thank you.
Especially hearing you say, I don't want to use the word purist, and then to go on and explain sort of what you meant by that. And resonates with me. Thank you.
And then Felix Steisen in the chat, Mike, wants to know what your favorite Lego set is that you have not worked on, not designed.
There are way too many to pick. Right now, the one that I want the most, let's talk about a few different things. There's the one that I want the most right now of things that you can't get, and that is the, oh no, that's actually a couple. The ones I want the most right now are the original Aqua Zone, the Sharks, specifically the big Aqua Sharks submarine, and then the big Aquanauts babies. Those two sets of Sharks. I never had them when I was a kid, so the big, get those two. Another one that I really badly want is the Black Knight's Castle. I think that was in the early 90s.
Oh yeah, that's a great set.
It was a castle that was built on one of those raised base plates, and it was black with gray highlights and red roofs, and it had a drawbridge, a portcullis, and I think it had 4 horses with it. And then there's another castle in 1995, which is the Lion Knight's Castle, I think it's called, or the Royal Knight's Castle or something. It's the Royal Knight's Castle. It's also on a raised base plate, and that's, again, black with gray highlights, and it has blue roofs, and it has a skeleton and a ghost, and it has a drawbridge and doors and a portcullis. And it has like brick, I hate to say this now, but it has brick-built gargoyles. What else then? So those are the ones that I want the most. If we talk about sets that I've built, that many different ways we can. The set that I built that I was most blown away by recently is the Spaceship Milano from the original wave of Guardians of the Galaxy Lego sets.
Yeah.
That was made by, I'm sure you guys all know who Marco Spezza is. Most recently, he's the one responsible for that new Batman Wayne Manor, the Joker Manor version of it. And he's done the Disney Castle, and he's done the Silent Mary from Pirates of the Caribbean, and he's done a whole lot of amazing sets. In the Spaceship Milano, the original one, it's got. I love that it has so much interior. Usually on Lego sets these days, we focus a lot on the exterior, the shooting functions and the play features. And that one has enough space inside to put all your characters. It has little details inside, like the tape deck, the fire extinguisher, just like the places to clip in everyone's weapons. and then just the way that it's built up is so it's just so elegant, I guess. The colors of it, yeah. I could have used maybe a little less technique for bionicle parts in the wings, but I've forgiven that because the shapes of them do look really nice. So, I'll probably think of some more in a bit, but those are some of the highlights for me of sets that I have not designed that I really like.
Joshua.
Yeah.
Can I show you my mock?
And sorry, I would be remiss to the original UCS X-Wing. I got that, so that came out in, I think, 2000. I was 13 years old then, and I was lucky enough to save up enough money to buy that set. It blew my mind. The way that the front section is angled and then matches back up in system at a different point, and the way the wing mechanism was built, and all the greebles in the back section. I mean, if you look at it today, it maybe doesn't hold up that well compared to a modern set, but at the time it was, for me at least, it was just so revolutionary, and the getting to see like what you can do with Lego bricks. Until then, I never even considered that you could actually build a giant X-Wing. I tried to build my own minifigure X-Wings before Lego Star Wars ever existed, but when I saw, I never thought of something like that you could build this huge X-Wing. So,
we were talking about that set earlier in the stream and how the in-store display had a mirror, and the kit was basically cut in half up against a mirror. I don't know if you remember that.
The what?
Yeah, the UCS, that original, the 2000 UCS X-Wing, the in-store display. Like, I remember when it came out, I saw Toys R Us, and the in-store display was like a mirror, half of the X-Wing, cut down the center, front to back, up against the mirror.
That's a clever idea. That would save a lot on space.
Right, and that's what it was. It was like we were wondering why, and it's like it would save on parts. But really, it was a space thing, and so that you could see the whole thing in a shelf that's half the depth.
Yeah, and I mean, at the time that was an enormous set, right? So I bet they weren't, toy stores weren't used to that. You know, they're like, we can't display this thing.
I remember when it came out, and I looked at it, and exactly like you, I never owned it, but I looked at it, and I thought, this is the coolest Lego thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, there was nothing like it. Oh, man. I looked at that one a lot.
Joshua.
Yeah.
Can I show you my mock?
Sure. What is it?
It's gonna be a medieval kind of mock.
Oh yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I got so many of these guys already.
Very nice.
Probably gonna get some more though.
So the mock isn't complete, though. Yeah.
So, Mike, what is your? I guess as a Lego designer, get your thoughts on this. So, Boone and I have been talking as we built this massive Taj Mahal about how repetitive it is, and you're basically building everything 4 times, which I feel like to me is an issue with a lot of Lego kits. It just seems like you end up building the same thing at least twice, if not more times, like in the case of this kit. What is your thoughts on that as like a Lego designer? I mean, is that kind of impossible to avoid in a lot of cases, or That's something you actively try not to do. It takes out, once you do one type of build once, the game loses a lot of interest.
Well, I agree that I don't like repetition. So I've done a couple of different cars now for Creator Expert, for example. And when I'm building those cars, I usually kind of work on half the car at a time because, you know, it'll be mirrored for the other side. So you don't need to solve the same problem twice. You only need to solve it once. Then just repeat it mirrored, or having to build the mirrored version of the same. In people that don't like repetition. I think, unfortunately, if you want to make a Taj Mahal, there's going to be repetition.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you can see that before you buy it and realize what you're getting yourself into. I remember I built the first of the UCS Death Star. So that's the Lego. Oh, I love this name. The Lego Death Star 1. No, the first Lego Death Star, the Death Star 2. That one was just a big ball, and that was a whole lot of repetition. And especially the two kind of greeble sections where the Death Star is unfinished. That's essentially half the model. Those were just a big times 2. And that was miserable for me. So I think actually what would make repetition better is if you can do it in a way where you actually build the things simultaneously. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, definitely.
So even if you were building a left and a right, I would love it if we could find a way, actually, in the building instructions to show them at the same time instead of going through the left one, doing all these steps, and then you flip the page, you're like, oh, I'm just building this again, just mirrored. I wish I had known that, and then I could just. So, I don't mind repetition as long as it's like I can do it like an assembly line. You know, like, okay, build 8 of this thing, do it all at the same time. You know, I'll find 8 of that part, I'll find 8 of that part, and put them on. But I don't like repetition where you kind of like do a whole process and then you essentially do that whole process over again, maybe just a slight alteration or something. So, yeah, I think Lego will inherently have to have repetition in our models. I don't think that's something we'll ever get rid of. We get to the point where we say, well, you know, for the last layer of bricks, you used the stud and tube connection, and I'm getting a little bored of that one. Can you think of something new for the next level?
It seemed like when it was time to build the Taj Mahal, they were like, all right, we need the builders do the same thing 32 times over and over. Tongue in cheek, I'm really kidding. I feel like I've said I'm kidding so many times during this live stream because I don't know if people know my personality that I'm often sarcastic.
I like sarcasm. I just assume everything's sarcasm. So you don't need to say that you're kidding to me.
It's probably a good rule in life.
I get to say, oh man, I'll tell you a good story. At least I think it's a good story. But you know, I think I'm gonna move somewhere where my internet signal is a little stronger. Because this not look not great out here. Hang on.
Boone,
Hold on.
Yeah, Lego Lord.
are you still building with one hand?
No. I gave up building with one hand after I ate the. I've also run out of names to the pineapple pizza. But when I ate the pineapple pizza, I started building with 2 hands again.
For shame.
I also stayed up all night. So most of the time I just couldn't remember I was supposed to be building with one hand.
People pointed out in chat, sarcasm works so well in Denmark.
Have we talked about this before?
I think you and I have before, Mike. And I think you probably talked about it with Kevin as well.
All right. I'll Okay, so this is a story about. I'm sorry if I told this story before, but it's the funniest one that I have. Hang on a second. I'm just trying to find a good spot to sit in silence. So I was working on this is actually the green dinosaur creator that I had just launched in January. Well, I guess it's almost a year ago now. Okay, let's see if I think I found good internet. All right, can you guys hear me? See me okay?
Yeah, you sound fine.
Okay. I was working on the green dinosaur, and we have building instructions developers that we work with, and then we also have someone called the model coach. And in my mind, the model coach and the building instructions people are one. So if they say to me, you have to change something, because it's too complicated or because it's not strong enough or it doesn't meet our quality standards, then of course I have to change it. So when, in my sarcastic side, when my model coach, she would come to me and go, yeah, I don't think that the legs are strong enough to hold the dinosaur. Could you do something about it? She's asking in this very polite way when she's allowed to just tell me that I have to. And so she asked in this polite way, so then of course, being sarcastic to a fault, I responded like, oh, no, I don't think that's possible. or no, I probably was more tough than that, and I said, absolutely not, or something like that. I made comments like that, but of course I made the changes because I had to, because I was just joking. But then I got feedback from my boss, and was like, yeah, the model coaches are having a real hard time working with you. They said you're really disagreeable. they were saying like, yeah, you're really challenging. I forgot what it was, but it was clearly that they were not understanding that I was being sarcastic, and they thought that I was being genuine. So I try to cut back on that as much as I can when I'm at work, or just knowing who the right people are to be silly with, and who the right people to be serious with are.
Nice.
You gotta be really careful when you're dealing with people from different countries that don't, when you're not all speaking like the same mother tongue, it's really easy for stuff to get misunderstood, is what I've heard.
I bet. Kind of like texting.
Yes, kind of like texting.
Well, Mike, when you were speaking sarcastically with this person, were they American or were they Danish?
It was with a Dane, so
okay.
That was probably the problem.
Yeah.
Also, we didn't know each other that well, so.
Yeah.
Now we get along much better. At least in my mind, we get along much better.
they still
might.
Maybe she still hates working better. I hope not.
maybe secretly inside she's just like, I'm gonna make a change later to one of the things, even though it's sort of, strong.
Yeah.
In the next instruction or so.
How long have you been in Denmark, Mike?
I've been here for 5 years now. A little over 5 years. It was August 2012.
Wow. So you're in Denmark right now? Okay.
Yes.
Because I'm just next door, so, or actually down a door.
Wait. What do you mean? Germany?
Yeah, I'm in Germany. Yeah.
Where in Germany?
In Munich, Germany.
Oh, that's way down. That's not even Germany anymore.
No, but I usually make the trip to Billund like once or twice a year, so yeah,
cool.
even though I'm so close.
Did you come out for scare breakfast here?
No, yeah, I usually come up and I'm usually there with my family for around 2 weeks, and we drive to Billund like 2 or 3 times and go to the Legoland and hang out there because I just love going to Legoland. And recently I went to the Billund airport, and I don't know, it was my dad's idea because he's a big fan of the architecture sets, and he said, hey, let's go to the Billund airport and go get the airport set. And I said, no, they sell it in a Lego store that's inside, it's past security, so you have to go past them. And so he anyways wanted to try it, so we drove over there. We get out, and he's like, all right, let's like just act dumb and ask some these 2 ladies right here where the Lego store is. And so they're clueless about where the Lego store is. Like, they know what we're talking about, but they don't know where it is. And so then they find out, no, it's past security. And apparently because they felt bad that we had been waiting there for like 20 or 25 minutes, one of the ladies comes to us and says, all right, listen, if you give me the money, I can go get you guys 1 or 2 of those sets, and just go past security since you guys aren't able to do it yourself.
Wow,
So
nice.
it was really nice. And so, yeah, we ended up getting 2 of the airport sets, and I've got 1 ready to build at any time's notice. So,
yeah, yes, that's one of the most rare ones.
Yeah.
At Billund Airport. If you're leaving from Billund Airport, you can buy. Or you just go to the airport and ask them, apparently.
Yeah, it depends, though, if they're going to be nice enough to do so. Anybody else going to go in there and try it themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, now after this, everyone's going to go try it. Huh?
Yeah, there you go, guys.
You gave away the secret. I guess go ahead and do it.
No, but that one, the architecture sets that they've been recently making are pretty good. But a point that my dad also made is that he thinks that there are a lot of also interesting, landmarks or different buildings that are around the world that Lego should make, because, they're also just as famous, for example, as Times Square. Like, Times Square is what he said, and I said, well, that's kind of difficult. It's kind of weird to make that, but he said, for example, the Statue of Liberty would be an interesting architecture set, something like that. And I said, well, that's not really, doesn't really count as one, though. Either way.
Yeah, well, I think it is fair to say what counts as architecture and what does not. But we'll see. You never know what's
happening.
Mike, any thoughts on this house I'm building?
Let me take a look at it.
Secretly, Mike is working on an architecture set right now.
How do I look at it?
Pardon me?
How do I look at the house you're building?
Oh, I'm showing it through my camera.
It's the gray house, Nick's bricks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You used the piece.
You used the vulture droid wing piece.
Oh yeah.
Funniest Lego piece. Can you
Yeah, it's
pull
really nice.
back a bit so I can see the whole thing?
Oh yeah, sure. Oops, sorry. 1 second.
Cool. So, is that a 48 by 48 base plate you go on?
It's on 2 base plates. It's definitely not done. The kitchen right there.
Oh, nice. So what's the?
Pardon me?
I like all the different stonework stuff that you've done. And it's nice the way you did the way that you turned the 3 brick high windows sideways in order to make that small glass line up with the window. Oh, that's cool. So what is there going to be a second floor? Is this going to be like a modern style home? Or?
What I'm gonna do is, I want to have this roof right here, like this. I want to have it kind of angled up, possibly like this.
Okay.
So then have it drop down. Maybe just do 1 story. I'm not too sure as of right now.
I see. It's cool.
Thanks. And then I have my city right there.
Yeah. Wow.
And 2 more custom modern homes right here.
Oh, nice. Those are great.
Thanks.
Now,
You know.
hold on. Now I gotta go see what's. I don't know, look at some really quick
Okay.
before I say anything more.
Does anyone know a store that has a surplus of minifigure stands?
Brett has a surplus of minifigure stands.
Can I
Oh
have
wait.
them?
Here, wait.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah, like those.
Oh yeah.
I actually used a few of them in models. I stacked them like stairs, and as displays on a wall.
Yeah.
See, I've been using them like this. If I can get the camera to work.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see it?
Oh, okay.
And I'm
Oh,
gonna
that's
use it
cool.
to make the
Yeah, that is.
thing in
Oh, wow,
Rogue
that's
One for the data.
That's pretty cool. I didn't like that shape. I like it.
Wait, so how did you do that?
That reminds me of our treasure chest silo.
I wanted to like
That's pretty cool. Is that like 7-sided?
Yeah.
I can't.
I like the way it's coming out so far.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
So what are you using that for?
You know the Rogue One scene where they're you know the Rogue One scene that they're using to get the data files climbing up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay. I see how. Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
How's your build coming along there?
Who'd you ask?
Caleb?
Oh.
Your mic's muted.
Thank you. Yep, I was muted. I've been wrestling around a lot. I've got one of the wings. I'm trying to build a crashed Spitfire. And this wing here is, I made it so it looks like it's burnt out on the end. I'll hold that up to the camera so I can get some light on it. And then trying to work on building the fuselage. Coming along pretty slowly because I don't have very many bricks in either a nice shade of green or dark tan. So having to make a lot of compromises. But since it's going to be a crashed airplane anyway, it should work itself out. Did that all come through?
Yeah, nice.
Okay, cool.
All right.
So, Mike, what's your thought on the Lego house? Did you have a favorite part of that? Since you've been through it, any number one thing you would recommend someone to do if they visit?
Oh, you gotta do everything. Okay, you don't have to do the section where you build the bugs, I think. If you're short on time, you could skip that one. Unless you really love insects, so maybe you should do it. But right now, my favorite things of the experiences are there's something called I don't know what it's called. It's one where you drive around robots. You have to unfreeze.
Oh yeah.
Unfreeze the dudes, right? So you can unfreeze the mammoths.
Yeah. You like program the robots to go around and unfreeze the guys.
Yeah. Does that make any sense to anyone? That's my favorite.
Anyone who hasn't played it, does that make sense?
Yeah. You go around and you unfreeze stuff, the robot, and then the guys they go the mammoths once you go bridge to the mammoths with your freezing ray, or sometimes you also melt stuff.
It's all in our Lego house video.
Yeah. Go watch the Lego house video. We'll see. That was really fun. Although I've only tried that one once, but I also, the other one that I really like to do is the fish tank. Mostly because I like to try to make really goofy fish and get them swimming around in there. Like the wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube man. We made some fish that look like those guys, so they like float around the tank. Because the fish kind of, when they're swimming, they kind of wave around. So instead of building fish, we just built little people, and then they're just floating around really weird in the tank. So there's a lot of fun stuff we can do with the fish tank. And of course, I also love the one with there's the race cars. Not race cars, but you race cars down the track.
Yeah.
That was really fun. So most of it is really cool.
I feel like I would constantly be in the restaurant making food of different pieces and ordering it, and then ordering another plate and another plate. Oh, that's pretty cool.
I don't mean to talk ill of the Lego house, but actually that's the one that I enjoyed the least, I would say.
Well, I'm sure compared to everything you can do there, yes. But it still looks cool.
Let's just say that the Danes aren't known for the quality of their food either.
You should go try it once. You should
try it.
Their
It's
food
a
isn't
fun
that
deal.
bad.
It's not even so much that the food is bad. Main thing is there's no dessert. I need dessert. I need dessert for my dinner.
I mean, you've got some okay stuff in Denmark.
Yeah, it's okay. There's fun.
Yeah, I mean, all you need is Danish ice cream, and there you go. You don't need anything else.
Is that reputation that Denmark has is for their ice cream? That's my point, though. They don't have dessert at the restaurant. What's your favorite thing, Joshua?
The city block thing is super awesome, where you like build a base plate city block and you can put it down and it like electronically expands the city out.
I didn't understand that one.
I thought that was cool, just because the way you could, obviously each plate is customized, and then you can spread the city out based on where you place it, and kind of create streets and everything that way.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. I just wanted there to be more things that happen, more action.
Right.
It is fun to watch.
But then the unfreezing the guys with the road, that was also probably maybe the most fun game I played of everything I did there.
Yeah.
That was super fun. Also, just because it's like the team aspect and everything, so that's really great.
Also, I cannot stress enough how cool the dinosaurs are when you see them in real life. Like the pictures and the videos they don't do justice to those things.
Don't let that stop you from watching our Lego House video, though. But just know it's better.
Well, what I'm saying is you should watch the Lego House video before you go. You'll see it, and you'll think, I think I have a good understanding
exactly
of who these dinosaurs are. And then you go see them in person, and you'll just be in awe of how big they are. And I don't like it when people just talk about Lego creations in terms of how big they are, because I don't think that's the coolest thing about Lego, is making things that are big. But I have to say, those huge dinosaurs, the reason they're so cool is because they are so big.
Yeah. I also really liked all the fan models. I was surprised by how many cases of fan models they had throughout the Lego house. I think that's really cool that they kind of give recognition to the fan builders through that.
Yeah, I thought the ones by Jonas Krum, that was really cool to see his stuff there. When he was displaying the stuff that he had brought, because if I'm correct, he brought this blue trailer type of house with like the garden, and I think most people won't know what show that's from. It's from an old kids show that they used to air here in Germany with like a famous actor called Peter Lustig. And so it's like this blue trailer van. I don't know if you saw that there, Mike.
I don't remember every one of the models, but I'm sure I've seen it.
Okay. It's on his Instagram and Flickr as well. I can most likely try and find a picture of it and send it.
He also had his green room there. I believe that was
cool. Yeah. Yeah, he did have that. He also had the where is it? Yeah, he did have the green room. The one that you guys had made a video on.
Besides the green room, that's the main one I remember that he had there with all the green stuff in it.
Yeah. There's a post on his Instagram of the stuff that he brought.
Okay.
It's like the third to last one, and then but if you look on that picture, the mock that's on the second row to the right, that's the one I was talking about. Here, I can take a picture and send it in the chat.
Joshua.
Yeah.
Can you put a link to the Lego Embassy thing you were talking about earlier?
The Ambassador Network?
Yeah.
Just Google it.
Just put in Lego Ambassador Network into Google and it'll pop up.
Okay.
They're missing a lot of conventions on that website, though.
Yeah, Mike, there's a picture in the chat if you want to look at it.
Oops. Sorry, I don't know how to look at pictures in the chat. Ah, I found it on Flickr though.
Yep.
I don't remember seeing this at all. It looks funny though.
I believe so. Well, I want this guy regular.
Hey Joshua.
Yeah.
Was it Kim? Was Kim the name of the gentleman who spoke to us
Hello.
with the about like media relationship with media outlets?
Yeah. So Kim is the guy who does the online relation with like people like us, YouTube channels, stuff like that. And then Jan and Jackie were the Asia and Europe community coordinators.
Cool.
Mike.
Yeah.
I have the roof on, so if you want to see how that looks.
Oh, nice. Happy. Is it just sitting on there? Or did you attach it?
Yeah, it's just sitting on a few tiles. So
Nice.
it does make it really easy to remove.
Yeah.
But it's not going to fall off because I have grooves that lock it on the sides.
Nice. Oh, that was really good.
That's good. Thanks. When I'm finished, I'll have a video on my channel, so if anybody wants to check that out.
Cool.
Actually have a full interior. Eventually.
So you build a lot of modern houses, it seems.
Yeah, that's what I love doing.
What do you think of the? I don't know if you would consider it a modern house, but in Creator this year we did a kind of modular modern house that has a little electric car with it
Oh yeah, that house.
and a trampoline. What do you think of that? I know it's way small. It's way more like small and cutesy than the ones you're doing, but
Yeah. Now, for its price, only $30, I do really like the large glass windows and everything it has. I think, though, it would be really good, but I'd like it better if it was bigger, and a bit more realistic. But for its price, I think it's really great.
well, that's good to hear. I will tell
Miners
Oh, awesome.
on Monday.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I hope you guys have a good another hour, and I'll see you guys next time, I guess.
Sounds good. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, well,
Yeah, no
thank
problem.
you.
Very well.
But Mike, I really do like to see more of that type of stuff like that modern house.
From
Because I
Lego?
Yeah, from Lego. Because I definitely think if you buy like more than one, you could really make some cool stuff out of it.
Yeah, I think we need to. We're trying to push some a bit newer style stuff here and there.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if modern houses are still, well, they're modern. And yeah, there's something about like a more traditional looking house that we know, or at least we believe that it'll connect with a lot more people in a house that's a modern style. So we're trying to push the boundaries as much as we can, but it's hard. It takes time. It's a slow process and it takes time. So I think though that that small house in Creator, that's at least a step that we can take to kind of open up and say, hey, what can we do other kind of houses than just traditional I don't know what you call it. Just the traditional A-frame
Yeah, 100% agree.
All right, Mike, here's a big question for you.
Oh boy. I'm ready.
Is Ice Planet coming back?
I have no idea.
I'm kidding.
And if I did,
Oh, that's right. I don't have to tell you I'm kidding. Yeah.
And if I did, how would you break that ice? Is that your favorite space theme?
No, I loved it when I was a kid. It actually wasn't my favorite. But I just remember thinking it was so wild. But, I had a lot of it. I certainly had a lot of it, but looking back, it wasn't necessarily my favorite.
Yeah, I think the most of that theme, or maybe even all of the theme, is made by one guy. His name is Aaron Thompson. He actually still works at Lego, and he's actually the guy that came up with the idea of using magnets in Lego sets. So that was introduced with the M-Tron. Yeah, so actually the M in M-Tron just stands for magnets.
Right.
And so you can see that in the Ice Planet theme, that they have the magnets to lift up all the rockets and stuff. And actually the big ship, the only one I ever had was the tiny, smallest little speeder or whatever you call it, that has the skis on it. But actually the big ship is really cool and all the ways that it can disconnect and reassemble. But yeah, for me, when I was a kid, I was not really that into the space stuff. I was much more of the pirates and the castle and just like the regular town stuff. So I understand why that stuff is so cool, but I don't have nearly as much nostalgia for that as I do for the old pirates and castle stuff.
Yeah, for sure. That was when really what I got into in the 90s. So like my very first set was like Shell 86. My very favorite set was Black Seas Barracuda 89. But it was like, as I collected, Lego every birthday and Christmas into the 90s, it really sort of weighed heavily toward the space stuff.
Okay, wait a minute. This is a question for everyone. Which is the best pirate ship? Is it Black Seas Barracuda or is it the Skull's Eye Schooner?
Oh, that's a tough question.
I'm just partial.
I've only ever built the Black Seas Barracuda. But I love, well, in my mind right now,
I think the Skull's Eye Schooner is the best. I need to get my hands on one and actually build it to be sure. But it has. Actually, wait. Let me hear what other people think. Am I alone? Am I alone in liking the Skull's Eye Schooner? Please tell me this others. These are the kind of debates that we have at work. It's the what's the best pirate ship.
I wanna look up a picture real quick.
Screen share a photo of each of them, Boone. Someone's mic is going crazy right now.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I can tell you immediately the thing I don't like about the Skull's Eye Schooner is I remember this as a kid. It wasn't realistic to me for there to be a big skull and crossbones on the sail.
It's the Skull's Eye Schooner.
I know, but I just couldn't wrap my head. I just couldn't wrap my head around real pirates actually having a giant skull and crossbones on. The flags made perfect sense to me, but the sail. And agree to disagree, but that's just where I was.
Fair point. Fair point. All right, you've given one bad mark against it. We can weather the storm.
I'm gonna see if I can find a picture of both of them like together, like Skull's Eye Schooner versus
Boone.
And the fact that I don't know how to spell the word barracuda.
We're about to hit the 1 hour mark.
We are, aren't we? This is a good reminder to check out the links in the description below to find the Creations for Charity Bricklink store and buy some awesome creations for the month.
Boone.
Yeah, Lego Lord.
Do you know where I could find a surplus of the classic blue Spaceman torsos?
Man, we see them. We see them from time to time at our bricks and minifigs store. I don't know. I mean, you can give me a surplus, like a bunch of them.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I mean, other than just buying them here and there as you can. But what do you pay for those now? Like between, I don't know, $8
Yeah, I don't know.
a piece or something like that.
I'm doing it for my sig pig.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know where to buy a bunch of them.
I have 4 right now, and I'm gonna package them up with my business cards and choose randomly from my fan base.
That's kind of a neat idea.
That is. So my headphones weren't working well, really here, so I decided to hook my phone up to a Bluetooth speaker.
I have like all the legs. I have like 510 legs, and I just need the torsos now.
Mike, I've got a question for you.
Eric, go ahead.
So I'm taking engineering right now at a college and learning a lot about certain things like design for assembly, design for manufacturing. And I'm wondering, you at kind of the front end of the design process, how much you have to take into account, maybe certain pieces you know that you just can't use in a particular model, or maybe in some cases colors. Like I think of mixel joints are only in a couple colors. How much does that affect your job and your design?
Not a whole lot. So when we design new elements, then we have to think about designing those elements for production. So we made an injection mold, and ideally we want to make it mold as simple as we possibly can. So we want to make it so that it can just be a simple, one in and out mold done, instead of like, oh, be this way, and then having it this way, then that gets a lot more expensive. So we try to make the elements as simple as we can. Of course, sometimes you cannot avoid that, like with a sideways building brick or something where you want to have studs going in another direction, then you have to have what we call a slider in the mold. But fortunately, we have mold engineers that will be involved pretty early on in the process, giving us feedback on the elements that we're proposing to give us some pointers as to how to make them simpler or just make them work better. And in terms of color limitations on elements, that comes down to some different things. Like with I don't know if I should say this, but whatever, it's tenant type. No, no one from Lego is listening, right? With the ball joint elements, that was a choice that we made to limit the colors that those elements came in, just because every time we mold an element in a new color, there are slight variations in the plastic. And so with the ball joints, it's really important that we control the dimensions of the ball and also the dimensions of the cup really tightly, so that the function, when we combine the elements, the function of the ball joint with friction works really well. And so if we had had that available in a wide variety of colors, it would be much harder to control those tolerances between the two elements than if you limit it just down to two colors. So there's times when we'll do something like that because the function of the element is so dependent on the tolerances that it's much easier to control that if you limit the colors that it can be available.
Okay, that makes sense. Interesting.
Mike.
Yeah.
I have a quick question.
Yep.
When you guys get a licensing, do you guys choose what you do for like the Star Wars and stuff like that?
You mean like when we decide, hey, we want to make
like the new AT
we want to make
for
sets for Jurassic World.
First Order.
Does the
Like
movie
the
come
new
to us and say,
AT-06 water for the First Order? Do you guys choose that, or do Star Wars and Disney ask you to make a kit?
I'm not exactly sure. It would vary a little bit project to project, but for the most part, we would get to choose. So it's actually pretty cool if you ever get to talk to some of the guys that work on Star Wars. They get to see, maybe I should say this again, I don't know, but they get to see a lot of the early concept art and stuff from the movies, because they need to understand what ultimately we decide what will be a good toy. So Disney or Star Wars or whoever, they can make a recommendation and say, hey, we really want to have, really love it if you did a model of this, but ultimately it's up to us to decide, hey, what's going to be the best toy? What are the most important vehicles in the movie, or what are the coolest vehicles in the movie? So for us to make those decisions, we need to, one, we need to know what is the story, and then two, we need to know what the vehicles look like. So it can be a really cool vehicle, but then it doesn't play a big role in the story. Then we maybe don't want to do that. Or there could be a really critical vehicle, but that it doesn't really translate well to a Lego model, so we don't want to do that either. So we actually need both of those elements. We need to know what the story is, and we also need to have at least a sketch or something of the idea of what it will be before we decide whether we want to do it as a product or not.
Okay, thank you.
Mike, thanks for being in the hot seat for so long here.
Yeah, it's fun. I actually think I probably should get going in not too long. I've got kids that are going to get up in hopefully more than 7 hours, but you never know. So, yeah. If you want, let's do a couple more questions. I probably should.
Anybody
If anyone has more questions.
has any questions, feel free to speak up now.
I feel like I've seen, Mike, some video of sort of like Lego designers going to like the bank of parts that they have available to them. But can you talk a little bit about that? Like, what is available? How do you know what's available to you? How do you decide when like something new needs to be made available? Do you understand what I'm asking?
A little bit, I think. So there's two things: is we can talk about shapes and we can talk about colors, right? Does that make sense?
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
So for the most part, it's pretty easy. We just have a huge stock. We have a warehouse in the design building. It just has all the current available elements, both all the different colors that they're in, all the different, so every different shape, and then all the different colors that the shape is in. We just have them in the warehouse. You can just go down there and look around. But then we also keep track of everything in a digital system as well, so you can really easily go look stuff up and see like what are the new parts that are coming. You know, what are the new parts that are being made in Star Wars, for example. And you can see what colors those are being made in. And then ultimately what it comes down to is each project, you get given a certain kind of, almost an allowance of, hey, this year you can make this many new shapes or this. So there's two different budgets. You can budget for how many new elements do you require to make this project happen, and then also how many new colors of elements you require to make the project happen. And obviously the new elements is a much lower number than the new colors number. So we then work with those and we figure out, okay, we can go in the system and see what's available. We can go down to the warehouse and see what's available and try to figure out how can we use our allowance the best to get all the parts we need. And then we actually start, you can call it orchestrating. I don't understand what that means, but you can have all these negotiations with other projects where you're like, hey, you guys are building something in light blue, and we're building something in light blue. Don't you think you would really want to have a 1x3 brick in your model? Don't you think you should use your allowance to get a 1x3 brick of that color? So then we try to have these negotiations to get other people to spend their allowances on the parts that we want to use in our models. And yeah, it's a give and take. So you have to work together. But sometimes you could go over and be like, hey, look, you're using a 1x6. I really need a 1x3. You can easily split the 1x6 in your model into the 1x3s. For example, and then we only use one number instead of using two numbers. And then we can save some complexity there.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool to hear about. Thanks.
I have a quick question before. How does stuff get leaked?
How does stuff get leaked?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well, thank you.
There was a Reddit post from the guy that leaked the UCS Millennium Falcon. He got fired.
Rip.
He deleted the whole Reddit post, though.
I'm not sure that I know that one. So, for the most part, we don't see. Yeah, I guess so. Let's not talk about how things leak. I'm not going to talk about that. Sorry. Anybody else got questions other than how things leak?
Somebody in the chat asked why don't we get any magnets in newer sets? Is it a choking hazard?
You can get magnets in trains, but then they're. I think it does come down to a product safety concern that kids swallowing magnets could be quite problematic. So we no longer make the kind of individual small magnets like we did in the 80s and 90s. Now when we make a magnet, we contain it within something. So like train magnets now are a part of this big unit. So you can't just get the magnet itself out and then have a danger of swallowing that small magnet.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Hey everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, yeah, I'm back. I'm actually going up, and I mentioned it last night. It's actually a mountain where we live, so I'm going up it for the first time. It's a lovely view up here, though, guys. So, let's see. And that's, well, we actually just passed the Atlanta skyline a minute ago. Editing a few clips and stuff, so I'll probably post that on my channel.
All right, well, can we do one last, is there one last question out there, or should we say our farewells?
If nobody else has anything, I think we're all set. Yeah, I appreciate you taking the time here to join us, Mike. Very nice.
Mike, super awesome. Loved hearing all those answers. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank
you. Thanks for having me, guys. Good luck in your final
45 minutes here.
45 minutes. Sorry that I won't be there to see the end. I believe in you. I believe you can do it.
I think we'll make it at this point.
Yeah. Good luck finishing that Taj Mahal.
I'm almost done.
You say that, and then like a minute from the end, you just fall asleep.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, guys. It's fun. It was fun talking to you.
Bye.
Talk to you
We'll do
later.
it again sometime.
For sure.
Bye.
All right.
Bye. So yeah, 45 minutes left here, and we did have a $50 donation, so last half an hour I'll be putting on the chainmail as I wear myself out sitting here.
Is it heavy?
It is heavy. They're not like crazy heavy, but it's heavy.
Why do you even have chainmail? That's the first thing.
Why would you not have chainmail? That's a better question.
He's getting a master's in military history.
I'm not a master's in U.S. history, and I have some chainmail.
So Boone, where'd you get on your the Ghostbusters set?
I don't know. We're working on the second story. Well, we were working on the second story, and I got to a point where I didn't want to not be able to remember building the set, so I stopped. Oh, but I wanted to show you my final addition to this weird scaffolding thing. Did you see the last little addition I made to it?
No.
Hold on. I gotta grab it. And my headphones are all caught up here. I'm gonna bring it as close to the camera as I can, and tell me if you can see the last couple little things I added here. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Flying monkeys. It needed flying monkeys. That's all.
I see the gray apparatus, but I don't see.
So we're right there.
You see that one?
That looks cool.
Now,
That looks
now
cool.
I do there. Now I do.
That's all.
I think that really gives it the perfect finishing touch.
This got me through the what am I still doing here hours. I have no idea what it is, but it needed flying monkeys.
What is that material? What is that gray?
So these are there's not a single stud on it. Actually, there is a stud on the flying monkeys, but these are just all bars, and most of these are, it's like a big long bar, like a Technic pin at one end, and sort of just a bar with, they kind of look like ski poles. So this is just like bars and clips, and.
Okay, so that's Lego. When you were working on it, it didn't even look like Lego.
Yeah, that's kind of why I like it. I mean, I love Lego. I don't want it to not look like Lego, but I've been toying around with just different intersections of this stuff because I'd love to build something huge that has no studs, and that people would be like, "What is that?" And then be like, "Oh, it is Lego." But anyway, not this. This is an experiment in, the kinds of intersections that can be made. But I think I might try to take something. I was almost.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
How's it going? I feel like I know three people out of here. Maybe.
Can you hear me?
Hey, John. Nice. I'm glad you made it here right
Yeah.
before the end, just in time. It's good to see you.
Good to see you. Yeah, I apologize for not joining earlier. I was constantly busy from the time of part 3 onward, but I appreciate the link. Thank you.
Yeah. So for anyone who's seen our Brick Fair Virginia tour, which is the longest convention video we've ever recorded, that was the tour John and I did at Virginia this year.
It was great.
It's quite something. You should check it out.
It is quite something.
I have a question. What does everyone think about the diner set? The rumors about the modular building for 2018.
What diner set?
By diner set.
Instagram, and now there's people who are saying that's a fake set. It's a diner that's gonna be a new modular for 2018. Everyone's saying that be a fake because people are saying it's plain. Personally, I like it. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet.
The car is a little big in my opinion. The fins on the back don't look good.
I mean, I like I just like the go of it, but I think it's a different feel to the modulars. Cause most of it, the architecture would be a bit older from the newer buildings, and now I like how we're getting into some different types of styles. Does anyone think it's real or fake?
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it
Probably
either,
real.
so I can't really tell.
Yeah.
The Lego Awards leaked the car, so it's definitely
What set number is this that you're speaking of?
I actually don't know.
I have the image.
Yeah, if someone has the picture to share it in the group, I think maybe I could do it.
that might be a good idea.
Oh, I can.
I have a question too. What is your guys' favorite Lego set?
My favorite Lego set is probably 7622, which is the Indiana Jones treasure chase set. It's the scene from Jesse Joshua smiling there.
That's only because Indiana Jones is the only movie John has ever watched, so he doesn't know.
That's true. You know, I was actually watching that, and I realized that I totally did not even know how to perform. Remember the Pac-Man machine there? That was embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
Yeah, my cousin got a lot of Indiana Jones set. He got like 10 sets of it.
I just sent the picture of the new set to the group.
Okay.
Do I have permission to show it? I have it on my tablet.
I don't know really.
Joshua, do I have permission to show the leak?
No, you're not.
I mean, it's already.
Because I don't want this video to be taken down.
Yeah, it's good not to show it, probably.
Oh, that looks cool, though.
Press release is Tuesday. You can just wait.
He did get taken down by Lego, so that might be a confirmation that it's real.
I think it's a good set, personally, though.
Yeah, definitely. It looks nice.
Yeah, and I love the way everyone says that well, not everyone, but that I know, but like one person I know said that didn't look too good with the like special like builds, because like you know how each modular has like a certain technique used. Yeah, like they said that the diner doesn't have. I think the under the sign, I think that's a good. I think that's a good technique they did with that.
Yeah.
I mean, by looking at the picture, I think it kind of looks real.
I still haven't bought the I still haven't built the assembly square. I have it sitting in a box.
Me too.
To go.
No, don't mind the stay a kid now.
So wait, Boone, the Taj Mahal is finished now?
Yeah, I actually finished my Taj Mahal a number of hours ago. It was probably, I had a couple of helpers early on in the live stream. I think I finished. Do you know what I finished?
I finished mine 2 seconds ago.
Woo!
Wow!
I told you could do anything as long as you
Yeah,
believe.
I am very surprised I finished this before the end. I did not think that was going to happen.
Yeah, I was scared you weren't going to finish it.
You know, it was back in 6th grade. I made this. I had to do a project, a 3D model of the Taj Mahal, and guess what I thought of what to make it out of?
Not Lego?
Lego. I actually have Lego. I think I have one of the pieces from it. The actual, it was made like in 4 pieces where they can break away into like 4 pieces. So it came out good. I won 1st place in the project.
That's awesome.
The research that I did, but the build was pretty cool. I could show you guys right now the dome if you guys would like to see it. I can go get it real quick.
Yeah, sounds cool. Yeah, I just realized it'll be a really good part to use for that. Maybe Robbie thought of it, but it was gonna be like what was the one piece, the Johnny Thunder piece that came with that one set? Does anyone else remember the one I'm talking about? It had the elephant with it, I think. It's like I think it was.
I remember the set, but I don't know what piece you're talking about.
Oh, it's I may have it around here somewhere. It's like half of a dome. It was a really cool piece. I think it only came in one. I think it just came in that one set. I think it's pretty unique to that. But
Any one of you want to see my newest mock?
yeah,
I need to. Yeah, it's made on 2 base plates, but one side isn't that as good as the other. But I will show the good side. If you give me a second.
I'm back, and I brought one of the parts with it. So this was the dome of it.
Oh, okay.
I can to get a better image. I can just there we go. So this was it pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
It looks sturdy.
Oh, it actually pretty is, and it was pretty heavy when I first built this. Now I got used to the actual like weight of it, and it's a bit like over here it's like narrow, and then here it's a bit wider.
Yeah.
I got like someone to help me on this when I was doing the project, because we were actually building it in school, So like every day I would be coming back from the Flatiron District Lego store, and I would be just coming to school the next day with like these big Lego bags full of pick-a-brick containers. So it was pretty amazing when I did that. Working on any
What do you guys think of it?
That's cool.
That's pretty nice. Fantastic Maki builds.
What it reminds me of like an old Masters of the Universe playset. What is it?
It's Dokudur from the Lord of the Rings movies.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ah.
Cool.
Yeah, I didn't like the set that much, so I made my own. But I got a lot of bricks from it, building it. And I got a... I almost threw it on the ground. And I made this little forest thingy.
Oh, cool. All right.
That's nice.
Yeah, we don't have, let's say, pick-a-brick walls in my country, so I need to do it with orders from the Lego store itself. From the Lego shop online.
Oh, okay. How long does it take to ship?
Like 2 weeks or something.
Joshua there with the chainmail.
It needs to come from Poland, so it will take a few weeks to get to my country.
Okay.
That sucks really bad.
So Joshua, are you just gonna mail it in for the rest of the live stream?
How heavy?
After that comment, I'm just gonna walk off.
Well, you'll have to chain him down, won't you?
How heavy is that armor?
Oh
Josh?
no! Don't encourage John.
Oh my gosh, I'm having too much fun already. I'm not even 10 minutes into this. Oh my goodness.
Who is the person that donated the $50?
Tina, the Kevin Hinkle's favorite member of the Hanlon family.
Can I donate after the stream ends?
You can, but why not donate now, just to make sure it gets in time?
Right.
No. Do it during the stream, and then maybe you can get him to do some weird task or something like that. That's why it's always better.
I'd rather to see that. The chainmail armor. No. How heavy is that?
It's not bad, but if you wore it for several hours, it would definitely get quite heavy, and you would be uncomfortable.
Oh, it's cool.
You guys know, by the way, of Bricklink is sending, people from Bricklink are sending pieces to the Netherlands, because I don't even know.
Say what now?
So, Boone, before we end here, we need final verdict on the Taj Mahal. What's your thought?
I mean, it's impressive to look at. There were some things about it that were really cool. I liked the fact that it's quite large, but I have a pretty decent idea that I could tear it down into easily and transport it and then put it back together fairly quickly. There were a couple of things that I think could be useful. Man, putting all those one clear plates together, I don't ever want to do it again.
Boone, real quick question. Because I know the old version it was just one piece less than. Where did Lego substitute the extra piece at? Do you know?
I was about to ask that. Yeah. Where is
I actually don't. Does anyone in the stream
I thought
know?
it was the
Brick separator.
Oh, the brick separator.
Nice. That's clever. Okay. Because I was thinking, I was picturing like that they would add like one by one on the on top of the dome spire or something. But okay, the brick separator makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
The north side sticks out one stud longer.
So, Boone, have you contemplated your U-Haul idea?
Yeah, I think I definitely want to try it. One thing Mark pointed out for me is can't be a minifig scale, but what I do is just replace part of the very front here with like a minifig scale sized like door, like a business entrance right here that's minifig scale size, and then a whole yard full of U-Haul trucks and some big flashing sign that says Taj Mahal. Or I might just I don't know. I might leave it as it is.
Yeah. It is impressive to look at once you're done. As painful as parts of the building process are, it's certainly an impressive model.
And it was beautifully simple to light from inside. It's so low and has so many little cracks where light can come through. That was kind of cool.
No, that's true. Yeah, you could light this in all sorts of cool ways.
Does it use translucent bricks, the model?
Yeah, all the windows are
1x1 trans clear pieces.
Yeah.
Brick Loop will be making a light kit soon.
Because when I did my project, I actually used 1x2 translucent bricks because they had that at my Lego store, and I would have them going like one stud wide, and it would kind of like give off an effect like it had light through it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe the plates, if you put like light against it, it can kind of like you can kind of like see like maybe a shine because there's like more like lines between the bricks since they're like 1x1 plates that you said. So that could work.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, while I was building some of these pieces, I thought about how cool it would be to make like a giant diamond just out of a ton of, like 1x1 or 1x2 trans clears. Because it kind of gives that effect, that sort of, fractal light effect.
Is it true, by the way, that there's coming a new Hogwarts castle from the Harry Potter series?
Oh
man. That.
I heard there was a rumor about that. I heard they're making there's rumors that they're gonna make a minifigure series wave of Harry Potter minifigs.
Oh my gosh. Here goes my pocket.
I saw one of Just Too Good's videos and he was talking about it and he said something about a rumored minifigure series of Harry Potter.
Yes.
But like half the rumors are fake, and that doesn't seem super realistic.
I mean, where Just Too Good gets most of his rumors from, they end up turning true.
Yeah.
I will say though, I think Lego is really focusing a lot more on listening to the fans than they ever have before. And I'm seeing that especially with like the reintroduction of a lot of classic sets that perhaps weren't necessarily had a shelf life as long as they should have, like the Taj Mahal, for instance. I mean, it was out for a while, but gone too soon. And the people spoke. Lego heard them, and they remade it. So I hear a lot of people constantly, wishing for the good old days and Harry Potter was back. It doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility at all.
I mean, I remember when I was like, I got this Harry Potter book. It was the Harry Potter Encyclopedia, something like that.
Yeah.
And a minifigure, which was an exclusive Harry Potter. I was like obsessed with the purple bus.
Yeah.
It was that book, and I was like, oh, I actually went to a Lego store like trying to see if they had it, and like now I look back to that, like I think it was like now maybe like 5 years later or something, and I look back onto that, I'm like, and younger me didn't know that sets can retire. Like younger me thought that the Lego sets can stay on forever.
Younger you?
Younger.
So like now that I see that, I'm like, wow, like I actually went to a Lego store thinking they had that set. And I never had any knowledge about Lego. Now I know there's like vintage sets and everything.
Yeah.
Is it true that bus, what you're talking about, that the purple piece that is the only set from it with that color, let's say?
Now that I think of it, I think that was.
think a reason they're trying to bring Harry Potter back too is because I think the next Fantastic Beasts movie is coming out. I think next year.
I haven't.
heard.
I haven't even watched the first one.
Yeah,
That's
me
a
neither.
shame.
I want to watch it. I want to watch Fantastic Beasts, but I
Yeah,
heard
me
that they're supposed to make another one, so that's why they're starting to bring back like Harry Potter and stuff. That's what I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're coming out with a new movie every other November.
I hope they will do a new wave of the Lord of the Rings series because I'm just obsessed with it.
I heard they're making Lord of the Rings TV show or something on forgot who's did something, but I heard rumors that they're making a Lord of the Rings TV show or something, so they
Yeah,
could bring
that's-
the sets back for that.
Yeah, that's true, but they will do other actors and stuff, but I don't know if I'm going to like it. I hope so.
So how many minutes before this stream ends?
Just over 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. I around like 4:30, I was like, I noticed like it was 4:30. I was like, what should we do? Continue doing videos or just come back to the stream and stick around? And I just said, you know what? Come back to the stream and stick around.
Don, what could you have possibly been doing that was more important than joining us for the last 24 hours?
Oh man, I'm in the hot seat now. Well, I was kind of working on my portfolio. I had to go to bed at a relevantly decent time so I could go to work in the morning, and then came back from work, like went to church, and then joined the call. So
Okay, we'll accept that.
is that a valid Okay, cool. And making puns. How about that? There we go.
Where are you from, John?
I'm in Kentucky.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to go. It's
You can
late at
come
my
up here and
place.
join me in person.
I could, yeah. I don't know if I'd have enough time, but if I hurried. Oh yeah.
I need to go. It's pretty late here.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for joining us.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Bye, Joris.
Yeah. Bye. See ya.
So you can give a quick tour, John? It looks like you're in your Lego room.
Oh, you want me to give a tour? Yeah, I will. It's actually funny that you guys are mentioning Harry Potter because I'm actually thinking about starting a build on it. So I just have a lot of different.
Wow, that's a lot of elements.
A lot of elements, yeah, kind of my own version of a pick-a-brick wall. This was my dad's suggestion, just to try to get all these different like U-line removable tubs, so they're all removable and adjustable. And so that's basically on this side. There's quite a bit down here as well. And if we go around on this side, we've got an equal amount of stuff over here. A few too many chairs in this room, but I have some sets that I need to open, and amongst other things. And then like the mocks, like I actually don't know. Oh yeah, my Indiana Jones stuff, the vignettes that Joshua was talking about earlier down there, sort of among other mocks. And then inside here, I have my little lighting setup and more Lego and a plethora of other things that need to be organized. So that's about it. But, yeah, I want to do a. What's that?
Bless you.
I like the Star Wars poster.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, back here. Yeah, I have a Star Wars poster. I think a Ninjago poster over here, and then I also had an Indiana Jones banner, but it fell down because gravity. So, yeah. That's all I got to show right now.
I like it. Kevin just made a good point in the chat that it looks like me and Boone are in the same room because the way our Taj Mahals are placed in the thumbnails, it looks like it's the same build.
Oh, it
does.
Yeah. Same.
Hashtag plot twist.
Coincidence? I think not.
each other and like he right? So
Turns out I've been in the fine town of Troutdale this whole time.
Or is it the other way around?
One of these days.
Dun, dun.
Yeah, we got like 20 minutes left.
All right, you guys, let's make this the best 20 minutes of the stream.
All right.
We have 1 minute left, it says. Well, on my side of the stream.
I think we have someone new who joined us here. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hey guys.
Where are you joining from?
Hey, it's me. I'm from Iceland. The dude from Iceland.
Yes, awesome.
I joined you last year, but I've been just watching you for the last couple of hours, and I just had the time now to join the chat and see how you're doing.
Awesome.
Something right at the end here. We needed Iceland to represent. So good job.
Thank you very much. You're doing a very good job in this, and it's pretty amazing. I like it a lot. Yeah.
We powered through here, so.
Yeah, you only have 17 minutes left, so it's almost done. So are you tired?
Yes, very tired.
I believe that. So what's everybody making? Everybody making something, or just chatting, or
researching?
I'm painting.
I finished Taj Mahal, so I'm happy.
Yeah, you're done with that.
I built Taj Mahal and a couple other random things, and I've just been standing here for the last 20 minutes.
Okay.
I found this Destiny minifigure that I did.
Oh, cool.
All completely painted. The gun, the helmet, the chest piece, the legs, that's all custom painted.
Are you painting that? No. Are you painting the minifigure, or?
I painted all the accessories for it. And then I took some legs that I don't use, like cracked legs and things like that, and I paint those.
Oh, nice.
I'm thinking about building a mini Hogwarts, but not really terribly sure yet. I want it to be like half MIDI skill, half miniature. So just kind of looking up some Google images, seeing what it would look like. Yeah.
So, John, what's your next show going to be?
Well, ironically, there is a show that is in my hometown, and I can't go to it because I'll be in Europe for like study abroad thing.
Oh, okay.
So following that, maybe Brick World Chicago. I'm not sure yet, though. I would say definitely Brick Fair Virginia, like next year. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. What about for you?
Brick Fair, Alabama, in beginning of February is our next show, so we've got a nice little gap to rest and recuperate.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
Joshua, how much are you spending time at conventions than relaxing?
How much do we travel versus how much we're home?
Yeah.
I think we're gone at least probably 6 months of the year.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, it keeps us busy.
So this is like your job, pretty much, YouTube?
It is.
Oh, okay.
He's living the dream.
Living the Lego dream.
Dream job.
LJ Johnson is back in the chat. Shout out to LJ. It was nice to have you joining the stream.
Ooh, the boy LJ. I think he was just streaming his podcast, actually.
Oh, yeah, I think you just finished recording.
Yeah, he was doing it with from someone from the BCC.
Oh, cool.
There you go. So I've been to pretty solid progress over the last couple hours. Maybe I can show you guys before the stream closes out.
What are you making?
I don't know if it'll pop me up on the full screen, but I'm making a crashed Spitfire.
Nice.
I'm actually doing a combo build with a friend. I don't know if any of you you probably are familiar with Josiah Nelson.
Yeah.
So he and I are doing a combo build because we're going to end up living near each other pretty soon. So we're going to put these together in January. But I've got one wing of the Crash British Spitfire here, and then most of the cockpit, and using my lack of Lego pieces strategically. So everywhere where I don't have a matching piece, I just put like a burnt out or broken spot. But the idea is the plane will have crashed through the roof of a subway, a stairwell, and trapped a family. And if any of you are familiar with Josiah's Aerobarung role-playing group that he started on Mock Pages about 3 years ago, we're going to build it in that storyland, even though it's pretty much a dead group at this point. But he's going to build the ground and above with some buildings and a mech rescuing the trapped family. So
it's cool.
Got some good start on it this stream.
Cool.
I'm painting another weapon right now. I got a cool thing is that I use a lot of the weapons I paint are like Brick Arms freebies or like trans colors that you can't actually really use for anything. So then I can paint them to make them look different. Like I have, I'll show you this one as soon as I'm done with it. But this is this one's a shotgun. Yeah, you can see that. I just finished this. This red, white, and then black for the pump and the trigger guard.
Okay, nice.
I think my camera lagged out earlier, but this is a almost completely painted minifig with a painted weapon as well.
Nice.
But yeah, you get these when you buy Brick Arms and stuff at conventions, and then you can't use them for anything. So I use them paint for other.
Are those prototypes, or are
kinds of
they
weapons.
like part of their clear series?
This is so this comes in black. These are the Halo guns. They make the Halo weapons in like black and gunmetal, but they bring them to conventions in like sparkly colors, clear colors, pink, stuff like that. Like I have all kinds of different ones. Like I have a Christmas camouflage one. I have kind of darkish pink AK-47. I got a pink sniper rifle.
Nice.
There's all kinds of different random stuff. But yeah, I own like $500-600 worth of Brick Arms, so because all of my all the minifigs I use for my mock, all these minifigs all have Brick Arms helmets and Brick Arms weapons.
Cool.
Some of the Japanese have just dark tan kepis, but 30 of them have dark tan helmets.
You guys, I'm going to be really sad when this is over, but really excited to go to bed.
It really pulls on all your emotions.
Yeah, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Oh man.
So you guys have been doing this like 24 hours straight?
Yeah.
Like,
Yep. Here's the clock right here.
I took a break for like 3 hours, but other than that, I've been on here the whole time.
Wow.
It's dedication, that is.
I want to do it next year. I want to join next year and see if I can actually do the full 24 hours. Because, I mean, once in a while, I've stayed up late, like, just doing stuff for my channel. And I think probably this is going to be, like, no difference. But I'm probably going to do it maybe next year. Like, from beginning to end with you guys. Instead of, like, coming in and out.
Got a second head. Adil, what time is it?
8 minutes left.
Oh wow.
10 past 10.
Okay.
Joshua, are you on?
You've been with us for a lot of this, haven't you?
What's up?
Oh, I was just asking. Adil has been with us for a lot of the stream. I don't remember how much.
Yeah, I think I joined at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, 11 hours.
Wow.
No, I'm sorry, 13 hours.
So I've been on here for 21 hours.
How many people do you guys think have been on this stream? Like just today?
Watching or actually in the game?
Like actually in the stream. We had like Jack from Brick Vault earlier.
Yeah, I don't know how many people. 30 different people, maybe? I don't even know. No, more than that.
Wow.
Just today.
More than 50.
I don't know. The time means nothing at this point.
He said with a tired face.
So now that you guys finished the Taj Mahal, they should have made now that the 10 years later.
Has it been 10 years?
I feel like
The original came out 10 years ago.
I feel like these towers are awfully wobbly.
Yeah,
Like maybe rebuilding them and just making them real tight all the way through might help, but I feel like all of mine are quite wobbly.
So it's certainly a display piece, so it's not like you're, I don't know, doing a lot with it.
Sure.
Yeah, Josh, you asked what I was building. This is the alternate build to a Technic truck, logging truck. So
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I had built it one way. Now I want to build the other way now. So
Adil, I'm not sure about anything else.
Okay. I was just surprised they never changed even one piece. Like none of the set needs to be redesigned. With the UCS Falcon, they had to completely like redo it.
Right.
So,
I wondered about that.
How many people are watching now?
36 right at this moment.
Oh, that's a lot of people right there. How many people was it in the beginning?
It goes up and down the whole time. It really depends.
Oh, okay.
LJ just said, you guys are incredible. Thank you all so much for hosting this.
Thank you, LJ. Appreciate it.
Oh, we're in the last 5 minutes.
Oh boy, this is where the dabbing starts.
Is LJ back?
I'll do it.
I remember that.
That's right, Kevin. 36 true fans. So as
Tell
we
me
cut
if you want
down
me to
here,
start dabbing, and I'll do it.
don't forget that you can still buy Beyond the Brick t-shirts to support Creations for Charity. You can still buy creations through the Bricklink store. Just look for links in the description of this video. Still time to support through the end of the month.
Anyone watching this live stream, if you want me to dab, write it in the comments.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh. He dabs right as the
I'll
timer
do
hits
it again.
24.
I'll do it 2 years in a row.
you guys listed the models designed by Lego designers on the Bricklink store. Designers are they by?
The Bricklink store is just built adult AFOLs.
Oh my god, people are just spamming the chat with dab.
So I was just wondering.
Are they really?
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta do it.
What time is it?
Do it.
We've got
Yeah, I think 3 more minutes.
like 3 minutes.
You should double dab. You should double
I'm
dab.
gonna
2 dabs in
I'm gonna
one.
start in 5 seconds.
What I think we should do is if we're gonna dab, we need to do this right. We need to do like a wave so it goes across like everyone. Like one person do it, then the next person, and then go down.
Yeah, but not everyone's camera's on though.
That's true, and not everyone's gonna dab. So I hereby bestow all the dabbing upon Caden.
How about we all dab?
Yo, Caden, you should do a double dab. 2 dabs in one.
I'm gonna sit here and quietly.
How do you do that? Is that this or is that
Yeah, it's like a that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I did it for 5 minutes last year. I can do it for 1.5 minutes this year.
You got this.
Just tell me when to start.
When we get 10 seconds, we'll do a 10-second countdown.
There we go.
What's all dab last 10 seconds?
All right, the last 10 seconds. I'll do it the
I'm
last 10
too
seconds.
old. I don't know what dabbing is.
Uh-oh. What? That's a problem.
Wait, who said that?
Who said that?
At your age,
Is that Boone? You don't know what dabbing is?
Well, is it when you like touch your? Is it like that?
It's kind of like a sneeze motion, isn't it? Like,
Yeah, it's kind of like a sneeze. You know, you're going in for a sneeze.
Great way to spend the last minute of the live stream.
Just talking about dabs. Just talking about dabs.
Oh, we're in the last minute.
Happy New Year.
Thank you guys. This has been really, really awesome.
Thank you for joining me this year, Boone. Yeah, this was great. Let's plan to do it again this time next year.
Yes.
it's been fun.
I'm in.
I'm
See you next
excited
year.
though. On
Maybe
December.
John will show up for more than the last 10 minutes.
Well, we have
I
10
know.
seconds till the last 10 seconds.
No, Joshua. It's more like 20 minutes.
It was nice to meet all of you.
Go 10,
Yes.
No.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
24 hours!
Happy New Year.
There you go, guys.
All right.
So that was quite the ride there. Thank you for everyone who joined us in the chat and everyone who joined us in the Hangout. Special thanks to the Lego group for donating sets and Brickmania and Brick Loot for all of their donations. Thanks to everyone who donated money and bought creations from Bricklink, bought t-shirts. All of that will go to help kids get more Lego sets this Christmas, so we really appreciate it. And I don't know, Boone, any final thoughts?
It was such a pleasure to meet all of you. Go donate. Make some kids' year, guys.
That's
Good job.
exactly right. So yeah, don't forget to donate. Bricklink store is open through the end of November, so you still got some time to buy some creations. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you for another 24 hours next year at this time.